Hello there, and welcome to the Double Zero Challenge channel. We do just one thing on this channel, and that's to take these two D2 dice and see how long it takes before we can roll a double zero. The hypothetical odds are 1 in 100. If you would like to play along, please write down your guess now. All I ask is you don't disclose it in the comments, let other people watch the video and find out for themselves. There'll be more to explain as we go along, no doubt, so let's crack on. Rule number one. And that is a 6 and a 9. There we go. I know they've got little lines, but sometimes my rotation in my head just doesn't work. However, it's not a double zero, and that's what we're looking for. We'll move on. That's a 1 and an 8. We will take a note of any other doubles, but I'll explain that when we get to it. And that's a 3 and an 8. And we have a 2 and a 9. Oops. And that's a 5 and a 7. Um, if there are any mistakes like the dice jumping out the cup, you will probably see it. There is minimal editing on this channel. And that's a 7 and a 6. And it's a double 4. Now, although we're not looking for any other doubles than 0, we're still going to take account of them, because on the way to 100, statistically, there should be 10 or 9 rather other doubles. That's just really for fun. We carry on. And that is a 1 and a 7. And we have a 5 and a 4 there. And that's a 7 and a 9. And that's a 0, but it's a 5, so it doesn't count. And that's a 4 and a 3. And we have a 3 and a 1. And that's a 0, but it's an 8. That's a 1 and a 4. 7 and 8. And that's a 0, but an 8. And we have a 6 and a 1 there. And that's a double 8, becomes our second double, so we'll note that down. And that's a 7 and an 8. And a 4 and a 3. A 2 and a 3. And that's a 5 and a 4. And we have a 2 and a 9. And that's a 0, but it's a 3. A 1 and a 5. And that is a 9 and a 3. A 2 and a 1. And we have an 8 and a 9. It's a 9 and an 8. And that's a 5 and a 4. We have a 6 and a 3. And that's a 2 and an 8. And a double 1, becoming our third double of the session. A 3 and an 8. And that is a double nine. Note that down as well. So yeah, statistically, we're kind of on track for doubles, but double zero still eludes us. We carry on. One and a six, and that's a four and a one, a zero, but an eight, and that's a zero, but a nine, a seven and a two, and that's a five and a one. And we have a five and a three, a seven and a two, and that's a double four, becoming our fifth double of the session. As we approach 50, um, we always on multiples of 50, we'll have a good old shake, good double hander one. But we've still got a few more to, to go through until then. So we carry on. That's a three and a two, and that's a five and a nine, and that is a double zero. Too short of the 50, so you don't get the big double hander one. So sorry if you were looking forward to that. So that is 48 rolls, and on the way we saw five other doubles, which is about what you'd expect statistically, but the odds are 1 in 100, so we've actually beaten them by quite a margin. Thank you very much for watching this video. You take care and roll on next time.